it's not.
How are you going to yeah, well,
sometimes people don't buy the product, they buy you.
Yeah.
So who we are, we will be known by the people that we're putting in front there. So we need to be very much selective when it comes to that and very cautious, because this will be our reception, our face to the world. They normally say, show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. So I think I agree with the sentiment, but obviously each party must be cautious that you're giving us the best that you can.
Yes. I like that. I think listening to president and so the criteria becomes very important of who is sent to both the provinces and the National Assembly. Please take note that one of the actions that are coming out of this is to develop a criteria of people that we want to send this performance. It's just not clear, it's just not coverage, but it's people that will be different. The ANC, I heard the area saying, what is different about us? It should be the type of people that we're sending to this. All right. So we are adopting this as our list. I think it's addressing one of the questions that we talked about. Now the question is, we'll come back to that. Or let me check it to next my notes. I think in the section where we'll come back to it. One of the takeaway points from the presentation by President, we're going to register a new party. That's option number 3, right? Registering a new party will trigger an IEC process. We need to put on that timelines when we start, the name of the political party, and who will be responsible for that. I think out of this meeting we agree that we're going to register a new political party. It's immediate, without a doubt. Part of that is that also who's going to be the face of this new vehicle that is option 3. And also that is ready to also look at the legal framework with IEC, what is possible, what is not possible. I think we know the requirements, thyself will share that. The question is, who's going to be the champion of this? We say it's immediate. Who's going to be the champion of registering this new political party? I'm also going to present, we need to come up with a name. We can't register something that doesn't have a name. All right. First on our list, Superpact Alliance. Please write down Superpact Alliance. We're going to debate on the names. Superpact Alliance. It's a name that we've been using for the past few days. Superpact Alliance.
Chuck, whilst they are writing and while they're still thinking, I just want to make sure that we are on the same page so that we are not scared by what you are doing, right? Yes. We're registering this as like an SPV, special purpose vehicle, for the purposes of elections. It doesn't mean my party ceases to exist.
No.
No, thank you very much. I want us to understand so that we are on the same page.
I like it.
Because the strategy now will also be then how do we move from party to pact, or whatever the name is, and how do we take our people along?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good one. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. This is just an SPV. Another name for
special toilet, and Makhubele is going to be the vehicle to ensure that the objective is achieved. And seated where I am now, and from what I understood, unless there's something I've missed, your own political parties are made up of members. Those members are national president. That is you, the member of home, and your fellow comrades. Now you then make up a structure in a form of Congress of the People, and others they've made other organizations that I see here. Who then, as organization, they then made pact. Now, what is not troubling to me is not that which could be communicated to the IBC. And my understanding is that members of pact are political parties. And that being the case, I'm trying to understand and think about this from the basis that more than any other thing, political parties are there to ensure that everyone's right to political right is realized and all that. And then now we have a situation where political parties are affiliates of a party that is going to run for elections, meaning that of their choice, being, let's say I'm called, my political party would then not run for elections. And that question that he has just asked, then instead of it giving clarity, in fact to me I'm saying, in a way, can you then, today as you are on any other day, not for my own doing but for yours, then make it clear as to how do they then the two exist concurrently. Because the fact of the matter is, you see, right now what you're doing are just aiming and projecting, which you are still going to get the outcomes. And tomorrow when we have the outcomes and all that, the individuals will still be attached to their political parties. Which political parties, I would imagine, would not have participated in the elections. Because if they are to do that, then they would, I would imagine, they would be in violation of the very same MOU that you are likely to sign as political parties. Now, how do you then work with that? My political party still remains. For what? If we fail, or if I don't get a seat, if I don't get recognized, then I fall back. I must still have a role. Is that how it is? Or alternatively, we have also had, there has to be in criteria to be used to elect your members and all that. Political parties have had a say coming from this line. Political parties ensure that we give us credible leaders. Now those credible leaders, in whose eyes, the biased eyes of a political party or the eyes of pact in ensuring that institution is realized. Because I understand and imagine. Take for example what is happening now currently. You go to the parliament, and then the worst form of a person among you, 400 and something of you, is the one who is elected to be the president. One, because he has a backing of his political party and then they have numbers. And then, yes, of course, in their eyes, it is a fit and proper. But truly, that person alone as the text, would that still be the case that is to be followed to say, political party, give us a leader. And then they give you a leader who has been scrutinized by them, taking into account their standards, not your standards, because I believe your standards are still going to be set to say who can lead us. So that test will then be applied by who? By the political party that the person is coming from, or by PEP itself. And then if it is PEP, then we may not even speak of saying political parties, then ensure that you give us valuable and sharp leaders. One, because we as PEP we are able to do that among us. To extend that we may have 5 people without anyone, for as long as they pass the test, coming from Congress of the People, or being former member of Congress of the People, being 5 in the executive. So those are some of the things that I was asking myself ever since I got that draft, and having to think about how is this going to be made to run. And that question being asked by President Mugabe, it deepens my confusion we've also asked to say how is this then going to be approached if the two are to coexist?
Yeah, let me attempt to respond to that in the simplest manner, Chairperson. As it stands now, we've got SACP, ANC, COSA. They are organizations in their own right. They hold their conferences. The only thing that the tripartite alliance says is when we go to the ballot paper, we are voting for one of us, ANC. And they've got agreement, whatever it is that they agree on. After the elections, they go on their own in their respective manner, to a point where they sometimes even disagree. Where one says, I represent workers and this and that. Come elections, they just pronounce now SACP. When everyone else stopped, because there were threats, some of them saying they will register a party. And they said, no, we're not registered, we will vote for the ANC. That's exactly what we are doing. In business, well, if you go to other countries like Zambia are clear to say if you want to do business, doesn't matter which type of business in Zambia, majority shareholding of the entity must be Zambian, right? So I go to Zambia, I've got a company, right? I want to trade in Zambia, but I've got to comply with the rules of engagement. So what do? I register in SPV, okay? Same name as my company name, but the SPV in Zambia owned 51% by the Zambians. Yes, so that I'm able to trade in Zambia and meet the requirements. Is my organization still existing? Yes. Is that a separate juristic person? Yes. It's exactly the same thing, just like in business. Parties exist because there's a need. They serve a particular constituency. And to think of doing away with them is going to be, they exist for a reason. And we are saying, as a collective, we are forming this special purpose vehicles, where we are saying, all of us, because we understand one, we are not strong enough to go at it alone. It's a joint venture, the joint venture agreement. Now we talk legal language. Then we say, let's go into a joint venture. Okay? The joint venture, we must agree on the terms, we must agree on the shareholding, but the joint venture implements the project. How many projects that some of us were involved in, our Mayur, our partners, where you, on your own, you don't meet the requirements. And you say, let me get someone else so that we can augment and or circumvent this issue of the requirement. And you implement the project as a joint venture, but you are still separate companies. After the project is done, you can go back to your respective companies, or you might have liked the joint venture and say, hey, we were strong and much better together. So that's what we are doing. We are putting together a joint venture so that we can approach this elephant. Because individually, we're not going to even begin to eat. They say you eat it in bits and pieces. We're not even going to take a nail out of this thing. So it's a joint venture agreement. Did I?
Yeah, I check through you if I'm allowed.
Yeah, but also, because I'm cognizant of the time, I think that some of us and yourself will have a separate discussion.
Yes.
We'll allow you to just to raise your last point so that we move on. Because you are raising technical legal issues that maybe we must take outside of this. And we'll give the bigger team feedback. Yeah. Just close it for us.
Okay. Thanks for the answer and the examples coming used to answer my question. Or even to clarify the position that I find myself within. And come to say and thinking about it, and maybe talk about what I know. The alliance between those three political parties happened at a time when things were not as they are today for us who are sitting here. And you would recall that for you to exist within the laws of electoral parties, when things were not as they are today for us who are sitting here. And you would recall that for you to exist within the laws of electoral parties and as political parties and all that, you are to register with the IC, your participation in voting what gives you life, I mean your income and all that. And which is different to those things that we've spoken about. When they met, they didn't participate in elections, both three of them, at whatever point they met in. They had the enemy that they had identified. They knew that where we want to go is part of what we are enjoying today, maybe your elections for all and all that, which now all of you exist because you participate in general national elections. And if to some extent, unless I'm wrong, if you do not participate, let's say for 2024, your only hope then becomes packed. To extent that if you say, no, we are going to see if that it works, if it doesn't work, then I fall back. That which you then fall back to is an empty shell. In what sense? Because his life is stopped by the fact that he did not participate in elections. Let me go to the one that I know best.
I want to stop you. It's not necessarily true. I want you to look at the alliance, so that it's okay. I want you to look at the alliance that was formed by the Democratic Party, the New National Party, and the Federal Alliance in Cape Town to win the election. They were running as separate individual parties, but they formed a Democratic Alliance in order to compete for the Cape Town election. And that's how the Democratic Alliance came into power, and from there they grew in leaps and bounds. So I'm saying, what we're doing here, it has happened in South Africa. It has been done before. Look, we've said the feature of what we're doing here is uncertainty in the future, right? But what we're saying also, remember some of these political parties, they exist in their own right. Some of them, they are holding positions in the local government, in provincial legislature. So they will exist as individuals in their own right, possibly beyond 2024. We're not asking the political parties to close doors. Some of the political parties may, after 24 years, want to close and be part of this. And that's what happened even with the Democratic Alliance. Because the Federal Alliance then failed to exist and they joined the Democratic Alliance. The New National Party then did a floor crossing and joined the ANC. You see, so I want you to look at a case study and let's see how we address some of the issues that we address.
All that I was saying is that
Yes.
my debate is not informed to criticize what you're doing,
Yes.
but for you to be able to give me answers, so that it is not me who's going to sit down and plan things for you or formulate things that you guys did not agree to. Which things you ought to say, here is what we want you to document for us. That is all that in the I want.
I'm going to suggest something. We're going to have a legal meeting in Tucson. Separate outside of this room. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, in the next few days, but we'll set up a meeting with you. And the idea was for you to come and listen and prepare those questions for a separate forum outside of this meeting. Not necessarily for this. I don't think this forum will provide all the answers that we're looking for, but let's take it outside of the meeting. Is it okay?
No, it's thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Second name that we put on the board.
At the corner there.
Okay. Yes. While she still think about the name, South African Rainbow Alliance.
Miss O.
Sarah. South African Rainbow Alliance. Sarah. South African Rainbow Alliance. In short, it's Sarah. You see, I dream when I'm sleeping. So, I've got three names, then I'll say another one, then we'll open up to the table. South African Rainbow Alliance, after someone there at the Rainbow Nation.
Can Sarah be Elizabeth? Can Sarah be Elizabeth?
You got to be there. Yeah.
Who's that?
Sarah, you got to be there. So Sarah,
I'm following the post.
Yes. There's South African renewal alliance.
You
South
put
African,
Sarah.
South African Renewal
South
Alliance.
African renewal alliance.
Number 3.
Another Sarah.
So it looks like Sarah is
We're being led by ladies.
it looks like Sarah is in. My third and last one, it's NASA National Alliance of South Africa. No, Sarah.
I think that's
That's nice.
We're flying now.
It's already flying.
We're flying now. See, I can get creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, National Alliance of South Africa. It's national, it's inclusive, you know what I mean? So remember, IC required that we've got more than one name, so I suggest in case our first option conflicts, we falls off. Okay, can we rank them? Which one do you guys like in terms of 1, 2, 3? Yeah.
We don't have more names.
Okay, you want it? Do you have more names anyway? Okay.
Chair
Yes.
and the house. Usually when we go to the ballot, we've got those parts that are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to the last number. We now it's a suggestion that I'm throwing in the house. We would see if we could come up with a name that brings ABC as an abbreviation. Maybe we can find ourselves up on top of the ANC. For example, if you check Sarah name, it will take us somewhere.
I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
Give us the name.
No, Chair. I thought the stopping would be
Yes.
the right stopping because I wanted to stop him as well.
Okay, I pass.
That's history, my brother. It doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Because what parties were doing, they were choosing the name that starts with A because we were ranked in alphabetical order. So they wanted to be at the top. Now, the sitting on the ballot paper is done by a
Random.
Yeah, they put we went there, we see, they put the name, you win your slot, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
And put the edge
Okay.
of my car.
What else?
Just a suggestion, bro. Also, I think maybe, remember this Superpact is not new, right? Because the Honorable Speaker has put it out in the public already. So why do we now want to change the name when Superpact is already there? And we just go with just Superpact. Because in all the engagements and the interviews, Honorable Speaker has mentioned the Superpact. So people know about it already. And now we might just confuse them.
So let him
You want him to go with the Superpact?
No, we're still going to discuss the ranking.
No, we're still discussing. I take your point.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Superpact Alliance is their number 1.
Yeah, it's number 1.
This Superpact without alliance.
Yeah.
I just want to caution you with the reason. Don't use a name that's going to take us into a circus as well.
Yeah.
You know, the credibility and the stretchability of the name is important. You don't want it to be rubbish as it comes out. You know, at the back of the mind, I just see Julius and we have F saying something. So whatever we're choosing, let's look at the credibility and the stretchability of the name that we want to use.
Okay. These are just suggestions. Are you coming with the name? Are you coming with the name?
I just want to comment
Okay.
following what she said.
All right.
Was what she said.
All right.
Cllr commented that names or words are energy, they are living entities.
Yeah.
If I say come here, you will come because that's what it says to you.
Yes.
That's what it's alive unto you.
Yeah.
And then she's saying, let's avoid controversies and stuff. If you check the NASA emblem, it's got a forked tongue there, and it's the original is from Hebrew, it means snake.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to, let's be sensitive.
As I'm saying, let's rank the names.
Yes.
Let's rank the names. We're not taking any name off them. I'd like you guys to move with me because we're here up until 5. Right? Let's not over deliberate here.
Okay, I just morning, Commander.
Morning.
I just heard somebody asking about the parliaments.
Yeah.
In parliaments, there is something called community parliament, which goes to the parliament. Like all the parliaments go to the motherboard, which is community parliament, which is appealing to all the people. So that's just my contribution. I'm just
You want to say something?
Yes, Chair. Firstly, I want just very quick. I think at some point also we need to show the direction we want even those people to go. So so I'll start with picking up the hand. But why I'm picking up the hands is because I wanted to say something that as we have joined the pack, we are here now. We have come to listen to what you have started already. But as we are here, I think we must be given an opportunity to participate and anything. Because for an example, I'm going to talk something that I was not here for. At the social level, it was that we are doing the very same thing as I'm speaking to you right now. So it means we are in the right direction, and there are things we have experienced from people, because the issue we are here is to connect with the voters. That's the main, you correct me if I'm wrong. But now I've not had any way of connecting to the voters than what we have been doing in the country as normal. For why I'm saying that, after this meeting tomorrow, we've got a meeting with our other civil societies. So I won't wait to campaign like any other political party. No, we are going to campaign on China, for an example. As I'm speaking to them, for me, I'm campaigning for the very same thing. So where do you leave me as a meeting? Where I'm going out of here, what must I say to our voters? Because now I know more my voters, our voters, because I'm going to campaign towards the PEC. So that's where my question was even before lunch. If somebody can just pass me there to say, whilst you are busy with other technicalities, because also at our level we've got all the necessary expertise. Your lawyers, your accountants, your whoever was needed there to achieve this community thing. So I'm trying to get to it to say, am I allowed now to go back to my congregation and talk something, even if I don't give it a name to say, okay, but to say, guys, the very same ANC we are crying about, we have got a new home. Can we work towards this direction? That's
what I want to do, I'm going to suggest something. Remember, out towards the end of the meeting, we'll describe or really list our next steps. Right. I want us to leave it to the conclusion of the meeting. Is it okay?
No.
Yes. Okay. I want us to focus on that. Can we rank? Yeah. Let's rank, please. I'm not going to take it.
No, I don't know why we seem now to be married to the name, to the word alliance.
Yes.
Is that right? We are in alliance, but why can't we just say Superpact? Superpact.
Okay.
When you say Superpact,
Yes.
if tomorrow there were 50 other parties that wanted to join us,
Yes.
they can also do that. It's still Superpact.
Yes.
So it's a living name. You can lengthen it, you can keep it, it will still be Superpact.
Right. So can we take out the super alliance from the Superpact? Leave it like that. I think just take it off. Can we rank? Those that are for very pretty that way. Are there people for Superpact? One, two. No two hands, please.
I think let's just say
Number two? Which Sarah? There are two Sarahs.
Rainbow. The number two, the list, have number two. The number three? Oh, number two, okay. Rainbow. Yeah.
Just like they just rank them like that. 3 is the renewal, and then 4 is NASA. That's it.
Correct. Folks, we agree, we've got names. Who's going to be your contact person at IEC? Can you suggest, please?
Chair.
Contact person is not necessarily a party leader,
Yes.
but it's a person that when IEC is to contact us, they will just go to that.
Okay. We now will propose that from this meeting, we have got a chairperson. That for me, that's candidate number 1 for IEC to represent us in the IEC as the chairperson has been driving.
Who's that?
It's yourself.
Okay, because I want us to move now. Okay, put offense more. You see that?
Okay.
All right. I'm trying to address the questions that President Makhubele is raising. The address, we're going to use the neutral address that we've been using.
Okay.
Yes.
Agreed.
We've got address. We also need I think it's around 6 people that must be, on the senior leadership of this. I'm just thinking about the IC requirements. Is it something that you guys want me to run outside of this meeting?
Executive.
Yes, something.
No, the executive will have to be formed by the first and foremost the president of the parties. Yes.
So the president, the question now would be, they can be on both list, on their party list, and on this one.
Yes.
Thank you. So that executive would be the presidents of the parties, that's right. President, you'll help me which other aspect we need, particularly for IC, the logo, who's going to design the logo for this part, for this? But we've got two marketing people in the house now. It's no longer Mayur. They work together.
Yeah.
Mayur. Okay, that's our marketing team.
And while the logos should be creative, they must try and resonate with the logos. Because out of the logo, then there must be slogans and key messages. I'm just thinking beyond IEC.
Yes.
When you give the logo, think about who we are and key messages.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It must just not be a nice design, but that doesn't actually talk to why we all here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think the IC process is sorted. Just thinking top of my head, I think we've covered it.
No.
Yeah, what else?
We need 1,000 signatures.
Yes.
And you say the 6 of us now. The parties in there.
It's a 6 of us, but also for partners. Yeah. Unless others they can help us with the signatures.
Okay.
Yes.
I will leave that to you, but we need 1,000.
So that our facilitated with all our alliance partners. We have a separate discussion on that. It's a form that IC required. Sorry. 1,000. It's 1,000 signatures.
200 because they can be more than one.
It can be more than supporting the registration of this thing.
Yeah.
So I'll share it from with you.
No, it should be in fact more than, because
Yes.
this is registered. Sometimes you get people who sign
Yes.
because they must sign with the ID number.
ID number.
I easy check
And
if they are
appointment
registered
number.
voters.
Yes.
Not just,
Yes.
and if they are not registered, the toing and froing,
Yes.
it becomes it. So if they want 1,000,
Yes.
let's show muscle. Give them 2,000 so much.
Yes. I like that.
So how will you the party?
No, it doesn't matter. I think as gather as many as you can. The idea is the target of the 1,000, 2,000. And remember that's for national, but it's also, are we contesting all the provinces?
Yes.
Right. So there's a list for national, there's a list for province. I think province they require around 500.
No, not when you register. Section 15 is national.
Yes.
Once you register Section 15, you can contest.
Just to
So when you register only for a province, then it's a Section 15A process,
Thank you for it.
and they need 500 signatures. But we go in national. National covers all the provinces.
You should have read your document.
Thank you.
To come into that. Have we covered everything from the IC, yeah?
There is the cost associated with it.
Yes, there is.
How much is it?
It's minimal. I think it's 5,000.
It's 5,000 to register. It's only when you start contesting provinces that it's a bit of a
National and province.
yes. So registration is yes, you can cover it speaker. Since you asked about so you give us the 5,000 since you asked about money. We're not installed.
Hey! I know that much. Yes, you say that.
It's nice to have a speaker.
And I've got 6 presidents.
Oh, that must contribute.
All right. So folks, about the marketing team, think about our domain, as we finalize this. I don't like offense of Maurice at Gmail. You guys are experts and think about those things. One requirement also from the IEC, when I read your form, your document, President Jopido, who's going to be our I'll face it. Who's going to be our party leader or our interim party leader? They also have government about nature person at IEC.
We'll give you that. I think that will lead
That's
consultation amongst ourselves.
Yes.
It's just, it should be a simple agreement among the city residents.
Okay.
Yeah, but we will talk, we'll give you the name.
Yes. I like to use that for the sake of registration. Maybe we could say it's interim party leader among us, but yeah, that's the law.
You'll get it before you have to fill it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I ask a question to you, sir?
Yes.
Is the interim leader the same as the face of the party in elections? Is it different?
It's different.
It's different.
No, it's different. This is for the purposes of registration with the IEC. Phase is going to take further consultation. To arrive at that is going to be, an informed decision.
Wouldn't the interim leader give us answers as we come to the question of appointing the face of the party? The leader doesn't be like the one name. Because then you create tensions and then breakaways and stuff. That was all good.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Because the person we are talking about now must be the person who will be regionally available to go to the IEC,
Yes.
get the registration and things like that. It's more administrative.
So that person will not be exposed to the media in terms of is the interim leader. Because you need to build a profile around that person. If you change next year's elections and you come with a different face altogether, it's like who's this now?
Yeah. No, but even with all the parties, especially the major parties, the party leader or the leader, the person that's the leader in the IEC, it's not necessarily the person. Remember the person, the face comes out of a conference for the right?
But already from known individuals and known entities,
Yes.
that we are very new and we need to be consistent in terms of who we project to the public
Yes.
as a new entity.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I would argue from why I said that the interim leader be as well the face of the party going forward, so that we maintain the stability, consistency. We'll be very challenged by that. Because of time, we were very new. The whole elections. If it was 6-year party or 6-year old, 10-year-old, it's not a problem because we are known as belonging to this party. But it's a new thing. And then we are using, let's say your name as Mr. Mujabe, let's interim leader of the Superpact. Then 2 weeks or whatever week before the elections, here's the face of the party.
Okay. Let me ask you this question, just by way of example. Who's the party leader of ATM?
ATM.
Yes, ATM has got seat in parliament. Who is the party leader of ATM? You know why I'm asking that question?
Yes.
Majority of the parties, it's an administrative process. It's a requirement. Most of the parties, you don't even know who's the party leader registered with IEC. You know the face.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If we go to the face now, whatever we are doing is going to stand up in good state for the electorate. Let's come to the ATM part of it. Most of us thought that money was going to be. You understand that? But things have changed and it became somebody else's, and that caused the votes.
All right. I
withdraw from the platform.
I'm going to present your case to the head. I'll come to present.
Yes, no, I absolutely agree that when we choose the face, it must obviously come with administration, because I don't think we have the luxury of time. We need to move with speed because we need to go with the ground. So these meetings of coming in, coming forward, also, it's just going to delay us, from a lot of things. Thank you.
No, let's address the practicalities also. The IEC is what this person we are talking about is who's going to be leading the face more. And IEC hold these meetings here in Pretoria and all of that. Now you want to take the chairman must lead the party in Parliament in Cape Town. And when the meetings are called here, you must fly from there to come to these meetings, which sometimes takes a number of days, which prepare for provincial elections, which prepare for provincial elections. So you spend a lot of time there, and you will not be able to attend to executive meetings there. There's got to be voting that must happen down there, and it's really going to be a very complicated thing when you do that. These are positions you can't mix. So you must get somebody who's going to constantly concentrate on the work of the IEC, and somebody concentrating constantly on the work of Parliament down there. And that's where the difference comes up. And in terms of practical work, you are not going to find that easy.
On the criteria,
I get your point.
also on the caliber of the person, what's the word? The profile of the person. It's not the same. When we're looking for party leader, looking for like a CEO, an administrator, someone who will make sure you financial. Separate. When you're looking for a face, I don't know what kind, we will profile. Is a person that community can relate with, can resonate with. Two separate people.
I want to use these terms, leaders. So, party leader, there are two things. Party leader and the presidential candidate.
Yes.
This is what we're saying. Let's go from the face and
Yes.
right people who have trained our customer. We're going around. So it's party leader and presidential candidate. So we're talking about the party leader.
Yes.
Okay. So let's deal with the party leader. Those are separate candidates.
Actually, you took my words. I wanted
Yes.
to get to that. And I wanted to suggest that because of the work that you've been doing, I would like to suggest him to be the party leader. Because already he's with the IEC, he's putting everything together, he knows the process. That's my suggestion, so that we move.
I support.
Yeah.
Second, yes.
Yeah. I'm a shop this week. Hey, no.
Oh, I'm cheating.
What's going on there? You don't just nominate them. You accept the nomination in the first place.
I accept the responsibility.
Thank you.
So,
now we are going somewhere.
so there's a party. What else we need to? Okay, so now party leader sorted. Presidential candidate. You guys are using it as a face. What are we saying?
Chair, Chair, that don't rush.
Yes.
That's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take stakeholders outside of who is here. Right? Engagement with people who should be supporting us, why they would support us. That's going to be a total. Right? And it's not urgent, or that very urgent, because it is urgent that the quicker we go out with that phase. But it will take much broader consultation. And like I said, my view is that the phase might come out of here or outside of here. Because if you respect the voters and the electorate, you will listen to them. You know, and that's what those thought they were doing with Makhubele. You know, they thought people wanted Makhubele, and they would deliver the people to Makhubele until the unfortunate happened. But we might just find someone that we all are comfortable with, that the voters also like. So that is a homework for all of us. Yeah, thanks.
In fact, we must go and consult with our structures of our parties. For that kind of and you wanted to say something?
I think also that's very important here. Given what Honorable President is saying here, the reason being is apart from the politics, from a business point of view also, for raising funds to push this campaign forward, a lot of the business people out there also had preferred candidates before the phase of who's going to be on the fund. So it's no use us forming structures and putting things in place when the business people out there or the funders are not comfortable with the certain people. So that you must take into consideration.
consult with our structures. What are we consulting on? And what are the timelines? What are we saying? Yeah, I just want I just want us to be on the same page. What are we saying, leaders? You've left me confused.
Chair, we go into, we should agree exactly what he said. We must profile the type of face and the leader we're looking for. And the profiling of that is very simple because that's what people have been aiming for. Okay, so we'll represent, what people call an ethical leader. Leaders don't emerge because there's elections. No, you give people opportunities that come because now there's a position. A leader lives and dwells amongst the people, and they are serving. As we speak, there are leaders that are doing great work in their communities. Right? So, but we must put a profile of this is what we are looking for. When we go to our constituencies, we must know that this is the man or the woman that we are looking for. And you look at yourself, it will start here and say, do I fit this profile? Then we will find that person. There are so many of them. That's why I said, let's not confine it here, but let's find the leader, a true leader that we can give to the people of South Africa.
And who's going to...
We will work together. There's a think tank again. I recommend the think tank come with a profile, and we will share with the colleagues.
Okay, so there's a profile, and then we've got a profile ready. What will be now the process to get a candidate? Do we headhunt or do we nominate? But I want this meeting to take decisions like that. Yes.
You see, every one of the organizations represented here has got leadership structures of its own. And this really is a task I think we should give to those structures. We can suggest whatever, very light and so on. It's not very urgent that we take the final decision. We'll be guided by the decisions coming out of the structures of the party, the structures of these organizations that are on the ground and so on. And then that will then put it out together.
Okay. I think what I was trying to do, President, was to not necessarily to come out with a person, but to come up with a process, that we will present to our various constituencies to say, this is what the meeting has decided. It's a process that's going to be followed. President Chakra spoke about this is the profile of the person that we do. That's what I'm trying to say. Even you said to them, when we consult the structures, we say we're going to be using a headhunting method, or we're going to be nominating from different political parties who's going to be. I want us to be clear in terms of that. Yes.
Yes, I wanted to suggest something on that.
Yes.
As we said that we want to do something a little bit different from what is existing. Firstly, as we are adults as we are, we all understand the loopholes and the weak points of the current government. We know that we're supposed to be yes. So it could be a starting point of making pointers. What kind of a person do we want in terms of those no's and yes? Secondly, I would suggest to mix with a professional leadership or business criteria, because it will assist us in terms of automatically, because it's already a template that is there for the leader in business or the profession, where it will say we want so up to so much qualifications, we want your track record in terms of working for the people and so forth, because really we don't have enough time to go into it. That is a suggestion.
To respond directly to your question, Chairperson, I think let's release the criteria, which will cover all that. Right? You're looking for a tall guy who is short. I don't know where you're going to get that person.
And who likes to share this?
Tall and short. We will give you the criteria. We'll share the criteria with everyone.
It's fine. Okay.
Right, by Friday.
Okay.
And then we allow by Friday.
Okay.
Then we allow a month.
Yes.
For consultation, for submission. So amongst us, within a month from now, by end of November, we should have concluded the process amongst us. Because I believe there should be a step beyond us. To say once we have elected amongst ourselves through our channels, and everyone speaker that we've interacted with, allow people to nominate and choose who they believe, right? It will start with us. End of November, we will have a list coming from us, right? We take that and we take it public. Right? Yes, why? Huh? You confused us. You confused us.
No.
Okay.
Somebody on the floor.
I just want to say from where Dr. Makhubele was going to say, once we have profiles and we have the candidates, ultimately, which is what I thought you were saying, was once we have all the candidates, that will be then the ultimate decider, because everyone will bring a candidate. So we will have 15, 16 candidates who probably, we will profile them the same. The question then says, ultimately, what are we looking for in that person? So when we do the process of elimination, we need to agree on ultimately the selection process who we are looking for in this post of the nominees. So for me, that is where I thought you were going in terms of the final phase.
So, behind you,
Yes, thank you, Correction. I think she had a point of saying what we are looking for is not who to pick. It's when all that has been compiled, the nominees have been compiled. How do we then select? Are we going to elect? That is your question. Are we going to elect or headhunt? So in the proposal that I'm thinking, nomination is the best key, because when you go for PR, it's going to be a PR nightmare to think when you headhunted a person. So you're taking it in a professional stance. So dictatorship also comes in. I'm thinking as well.
We're talking about a challenge in terms of experience in government. Part of that criteria should include somebody else who is already exposed to government business and also has a profile, preferably because it's national at provincial level, or community interaction. And that should come very clear in our recommendations. Otherwise, if we go with, I'll just forget the names, with business interest only, where he who pays the piper calls the tune. We might find ourselves dancing on one leg and going nowhere.
It's going to work together. I think that should work together.
Yes.
It's correct? Yeah.
So just on my side of it, you have to make
No,
points. The timelines are going to be important. If you're looking at voter registration on the 18th of November, 1 month is not going to be sufficient time. I mean, it's going to be 2 months time. So a decision has to be made before that. We've got a contact person, you've got a party name, and you've got your party leader, Dr. Joe. So before that, it's too long.
People are busy preparing for voter registration. And that's the campaign. We're busy printing or registered to vote currently. Registered to vote, we will miss the deadline, which means we'll have to catch the second line deadline in February next year.
All right, folks. Yeah, I like this item.
Chairperson, I think so that we don't create confusion. We are talking about the process, and I'm mindful of what they're saying. But I'm saying there are traditional ways of selection processes. Right? Once you have nominated, because that's a democratic process, everyone can nominate.
Yes.
Then there's a list of all the people who check against the criteria. Remember the criteria we're going to send to all of you. So we don't have to necessarily say this must be there.
Yes.
Once we send it, you can make your suggestion. Add metric or add that if you don't have government experience. Then we look at it. Once it's agreed upon, we put it out there amongst ourselves and say, give us these people. You give us. So there will be a process of shortlisting, like we do when we recruit, like they did with the public program. I mean, you go there and say, who amongst these people meet this criteria the best? They shortlist, say 5 people, them, and the 5 you will decide how the final decision will be made. Whether the 5 come and present before all of us, and we grind them and ask them questions, or we set up a team and say, these 5 people, you're going to interview the five and select the final candidate. So that part should not be difficult. If we have the criteria, the final decision, but the point is how quick do we want that phase? I think that's what people are saying.
Yeah.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah. Look, I think we've always known that it's going to be a sore point choosing this presidential candidate. But I don't think this is the be-all and end-all. You've got a presidential candidate, you need a deputy president, you need a legal liaison. These are all the positions that are very critical to this thing. And I don't want us to confine ourselves to this presidential, such that now we are paralyzed and we want to take a man. If we're able to say you are a party leader because of what we have seen, what we can see you do, I don't know what is stopping us to say, media liaison, you've been doing well, this and this, and we'll move. Because right now, it's just, if Robatanda Tenikota is our senior, let's just say so and move. Then we've got direction, and we're able to do other things like register, start to, because we must launch, we must go and do. For me, I think we're tying ourselves in a knot for no reason. Presidents, just decide who amongst you might be the presidential candidate. And as we get it done. For me, that's
Okay, leaders, you've raised three things. You've raised the criteria. You've raised, okay, we're going with the nomination. And now you've raised the timelines. Mayor, please. No. Continue. You raised here, okay.
You know, the fact of the matter is, Honorable Speaker needs an introduction. As our brother mentioned, it must be someone that's out there already, visible already. And someone that's in government, is in municipality level. So, as you were saying, I mean, we don't want to delay any time. I would suggest also, Honorable Speaker is a face.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. No, can we direct the meeting? Can we direct the meeting? Otherwise, what did you do in what? No, what did you do? I changed. No, not I changed. When you see somebody else. Oh. No, it's what?
They haven't finished also.
Exactly.
Because remember,
Yes.
Honorable Speaker has got a foundation as well. And that foundation is carrying a lot of weight also. People this is what they want to see. And I'm talking not as a business, or I'm talking someone that's watching the news, checking the politics, and it's got a high ranking currently, high rating as well. When Speaker is on the mic in the podium, people listen. And it's not just stories. The delivery is there. Going out, the prayer meetings, feeding. So that foundation is done already, the groundwork. So that's why I suggested, that it would be a good place to work with. And female as well, and this is what the country wants also.
Okay. I'm going to present, and so it's 1, 2, 3. In that order?
No, thank you very much, Chair. Yes, we really need, to turn really the face of politics, and people are really yearning for, for someone that they can really now resonate with and trust. And the political landscape as well needs someone fresh, just sorry that I'm going to convey to my fellow gentlemen that, as we are now looked at as this one's.
Yes? That's what?
No, I'm saying there's a perception about the way being dominant, we want to dominate everything. So people are really looking for something that is fresh, something that has never been seen before, someone that will come to a political landscape and make a difference. And someone
someone that is really easy to sell in the on the voter. Because for us to sit here and say that we'll sell someone that is really difficult, then sell no purpose. But we need to look at a face that really, will appeal to the voter, and that will also, have a good track record of working in government and even with the civil society. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Thank you so much. Number 2. Yeah.
No, Chairperson, by the way, I think the Speaker would make an ideal candidate, but not yet. Chair, I think so. But, Chairperson, this is not a decision that should not be taken lightly. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's not a decision that can be taken here. I come from a meeting I shared with you of people that wills power and influence. And they are already also thinking what is an ethical leader. There's a lot of consultation that must happen. It's not just about us here. What I agree with what the Speaker said was maybe 2 months, a month is a long time to arrive at it. But don't rush this process. Put a profile, and a profile that you also consult. Because it's not, we may like a person with metric. Is that what people want? You may want a person who will think government. Is that what people want? Because we're going to take this profile and go to constituencies and say we want to get you this type of a thing. They will tell you, no, this doesn't serve us. There's people from school and all they know, they are aloof, they talk about papas. No, find us a, you understand? So we must consult first on the profile. When you profile, we are not profiling it for ourselves, we are profiling it for the people. To say, is this the kind of leader that will appeal to you? So we must do that. And we must consult widely on this man. And maybe a month is too long, 2 weeks, is that acceptable? So we release this thing, now the profile must come out within 2 days. Right?
I mean the criteria.
The criteria. And then we share with the parties and everyone that's here. Okay? We go and consult with our parties, we get all the information. Within 2 weeks, we must have decided. We must have a short list. The process must be concluded. But don't rush it. Don't rush this process.
That's number 2. Number 3.
Let it be the last word from the President that we do not rush the process. We acknowledge the contributions made, and if we were to go for it now, I would also go for the Speaker, because I've seen her mobilizing the provincial community of leaders. So she's well known, capable in government as well. But let's protect it. Let's protect the integrity and the process itself. Let it unfold as it is suggested. So we come back.
I want to close the issue of criteria. We then conclude. Let's make it inclusive, right? In terms of the criteria that we put in place. Then can I have all your inputs? I don't want us to do a profile and we send it to the parties and waiting for input. Can I have your probably your input maybe in the next by end of business? You guys have been talking about it. Maybe let's do that. I just want to close the issue of profiling.
Where do we send them, Jen?
I'll give you guys my number. Send it on the WhatsApp. My WhatsApp. That's number 1. Number 2. So, how do we close this? Is it closed? Are there consensus? Alright. So you share your. That's number 1. Now, in terms of the, because I want us to be clear. Some of our partners had started nominating. We said we are nominating after the profile. Is it how it's going to work, President? So we do the criteria. We allow parties to nominate. Is what you're saying? Okay. And all these things will take place within 2 days.
2 days of the criteria, and then 2 weeks of nomination.
So criteria is 2 days. Nomination is
2 weeks.
Nomination is 2 weeks. We agree on it. So criteria is 2 days.
Yes.
So
I had asked earlier about the other votes, because we can't deal with the presidential for 2 weeks, which will most probably be the next 3 to 4 weeks, because then we must come back and have a meeting. Then have to go back again and say, okay, what about deputy president? What about media layers and personal spokesperson? Can all of these votes be dealt with in the next 2 weeks, so that when we meet, we finalize them? Because the point was made, 1890 is voter registration. This pact must start to talk and encourage voters as a pact. And how are we going to do that?
So we deal with all the critical positions.
Yeah.
Okay. Are those defined?
You did. Remember you gave us a responsibility matrix.
That's still coming. I think for me the key would be at this stage would be the position candidate and the spokesperson. All right. So I think in terms of the IEC process, we've closed that. Okay. We've closed the debate on the presidential candidate as well, right? Just on a nicer note now, I think President Joseph, you have the IC story because we've covered it.
Yes, one of the timelines, we didn't give an indication of timelines. Yes, logos, timelines, alliance, agreement, timelines. You know, what are we looking at? We only have this one of 2 weeks.
So your contact number and your contact number.
We'll give you contact number.
Okay, we'll start with you. We have in terms of timelines. I don't know what goes into designing the logo and all that. I'm not able to dictate.
Maybe I just want to talk about something else. I mean, maybe what we have to do is all the parties can suggest as well. You know, maybe hires or whatever, and then we start. So we sign it. It shouldn't take that long.
We'll give 2 weeks as well.
You know, I'm thinking about 2 weeks. About let's speak at the dates. Are we going to be in time for the November voter registration? Because remember printing will take place as well. And then it's going to be going up on the balls on the vote. Because remember, register to vote is very important. Right. You still got to start. You got to start printing your booklets. With to start putting your voters on. And our registrations. So I'm saying, why do we have to wait 2 weeks? Why can't the decision makers hold up an urgent meeting or meet? You don't have to meet like this. They meet in the boardrooms or whatever the case is and try and see if we can speed it up. Because definitely, if we're going to miss the voter registration for November, bulk of the people will be registering with other parties, which means you're going to catch the one in February. And February, you might not even get much of the voters. But remember, the critical thing is for us, from a marketing point of view, is we're trying to finalize this thing for a long while now. We've been engaging. And yes, today is the most closest we've come to finalization. But I'm saying we must decide now whether we want to catch the bus for November 18, 19, or you're going to skip that and you're going to jump to last Monday, we're the first to do that. All over. Just register to vote, that's all. So, find the details, you can, but then also the registration IEC will be a problem also.
Yeah, but can we get the logo by the end of the week?
Yeah, logo,
Yeah, don't worry about the colors, they're there.
yeah.
There's 4 dominant colors.
Yes.
Yellow, red, green, black, and blue.
Yes.
They are your colors. They represent all the parties. Come up with something creative, give colors all of it.
No, the blue is from the flag.
Colors are there. So by the end of the week, yes.
So doctor, what are you suggesting?
Colors.
Doctor, what are you suggesting?
By Friday 27th, we must have the logo.
Yes.
The criteria would have been done anyway.
Yes.
We're circulating. The process of IEC will be underway. So I think we can do that. So that the following day,
MOU.
well, we must give us
Yes.
yes. We can also aim to see
Yeah.
so if we can aim that by November the 3rd, we've got our posters and the logo registered to vote out. I think that. Yeah, Friday the 27th. The next Friday is the 3rd. So if we aim that the 3rd of November, we've got a Superpact logo and registered to vote. And we're setting up messages. We've got at least groups for people to help us what it is and then we put different corners of the nation.
And then with the numbers of registrations, maybe think of having voter cards. So, as everyone is going out to the people, we start doing the voter cards as well. Obviously, the logo and the name and all that.
Just the logo, Superpact, registered to vote.
Yeah.
So we want the different.
So you just raised, I think, a very important point to say that are we not moving faster than the IC process? What if IC comes back to us and say, no, we'll take a super package? Already you've gone ahead, printed super pack, printed t-shirts and brand on that. Are we not jumping the IC process?
How long does the IC process normally take?
See, you've got to also gazette the name. You've got to allow the name at least 20 days. So let's say the IEC process not less than a month.
But as an alternative, you can have a poster that says registered to vote with all our logos.
Yes.
We just say Superpact, all the logos, if the name changes, we still have.
Of course.
Yes.
That's a good idea as well.
What date do we want to gazette? It's a public gazette, so we'll get the dates.
That's additional.
Yeah.
They do it every Friday. Every Friday of the week.
Every?
Friday of the week. So I can't submit without a proof that I've cassetted the name.
Oh, no, you're right, you cassette first.
Yes.
You submit the proof
Yes.
that you cassetted to IEC to register.
Yes.
With proof, you are correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So we cassette next week.
Next week
we
Friday.
go to IEC. Okay.
Then 13 November can be our next meeting. 13 November is the month. Then we have gazetted, we have done the agreements with the pre-circulating. And then it's also the 2 weeks, everything.
All right. My steps, I think you've noted the next steps. All right? You got it? You've noted the next steps we're discussing. I think with that said, I left this in, and I think it's been a long day. The time is 10:05. Just on a lighter note, if the 1% threshold was applied in 2019, 9 parties on the slide with a full off. Right? And out of the 14. That's what we've been saying. And if all these parties that fell below 1% combine all their votes together, they would have moved to 3.5. They would have been the 4th largest party in the country. You see the power of coming together. You know, I put this slide here intentionally to show you that even UDM, ACDP, ATM, Good, and the rest of us would have fallen off if 1% was applied in 2019. This is the outcome of 2019 elections. But also look at this. 48 parties contested the elections. Only 14 won seats in parliament. Right? So you also then ask yourself, the rest of the 28 parties that did not even get the seats, but they got votes, wasted votes, you know? So I think on the latter note, ladies and gentlemen, it was good having you.